While all sporting events have been canceled in the U.S. since last weekend, the International Olympic Committee has been watching and waiting to decide how to handle the planned Tokyo Games, set to begin July 24th. The Summer Olympics have been canceled 3 times before, in 1916, 1940, and 1944. In each case, that was because of war. Countries have also canceled their involvement to make a statement, including exactly 40 years ago today.
Some say that Soviet forces now are in complete control of all major towns and highways.
It was the Soviet Union's first land grab since the end of World War II, and reaction was swift. Inside Afghanistan, rebels went to war against 100,000 Soviet soldiers. Outside, diplomats and dissidents began their own battle.
I've sent a message today to the United States Olympic Committee.
On January 20th, 1980, President Jimmy Carter made his position clear.
That unless the Soviets withdraw their troops within a month from Afghanistan, that the Olympic Games be moved from Moscow to an alternate site or multiple sites, or postponed or canceled.
The idea for an Olympic boycott gained widespread attention when a Russian nuclear scientist turned activist named Andrei Sakharov endorsed it.
With Soviet invading forces in Afghanistan, neither the American people nor I will support sending an Olympic team to Moscow.
Where are you coming from this time?
Nairobi.
President Carter sent Muhammad Ali to Kenya, Tanzania, Senegal, and Nigeria to convince other nations to join a boycott.
This is the best time in the history for all Africa to get together and boycott the Olympics, help stop the Olympics.
But the American public was split. Some Olympians believe the Games should transcend politics.
Many of the athletes in track and field, and definitely me, have gotten the impression that, hey, maybe we're being used as small pawns in a big game, and don't like that.
When the Soviets did not leave by Carter's deadline day, the president made the boycott official.
I can't say at this moment what other nations will not go to the Summer Olympics in Moscow. Ours will not go.
It was joined by 65 other countries, including China, Iran, Israel, and West Germany, though 80 other nations competed in Moscow, including Britain, Spain, Italy, and France. The Soviets staged a counter-protest in 1984, sitting out the Olympic Games in Los Angeles. All the while, the war in Afghanistan raged on. Russians didn't leave until 1989, a disastrous 9-year effort that left up to 2 million dead and many more displaced.
So now U.S. Swimming has basically said they'd like to see the Games postponed at this point.
Right.
But right now, America's Olympic governing body is saying, hold on.
Yeah.
We'll just wait and see what happens.
So the swimming governing body sent a note, a letter, and basically said we'd like to postpone. But what the overall Olympic Committee is saying right now is we need to watch things because there are athletes. We saw it there. Athletes do want to compete. Just because one side believes it should be called off doesn't mean everyone does. So let's watch and see where things stand later.
Because the question is, if there is a postponement or whatever, you got to decide whether it's a month and you try to start in August or you wait a year.
You have to train and qualify and do all of that.